Welcome back to another Max Josh. This video. I forgot my tripod, my car tripod, so I'm gonna be starting the video off with this guy. But we're gonna be heading to the gym now. Pre-workout is consumed. We're gonna head into some heavy sets of pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, rows, pull-downs, biceps as well. Let's go. I fucking love biceps. So preacher curls and straight bar curls. Let's head to the gym. I've also started adding ice to my pre-workout and actually enjoying it instead of just slamming it like 5 minutes before the gym. Highly recommend.
I'm going to be doing this video slightly differently. I'm going to be doing a voiceover on bulking tips that would have helped me when I started, so I can help you guys. Number 1, eat enough to actually gain weight. And what I mean by that is you're going to want to be tracking your calories, because I guarantee you have no idea how much calories you're actually eating. I certainly didn't when I started. So you got to be tracking, and basically 200, 300 calorie surplus is pretty spot on for what you want to, you don't want to get too fat. Like, you don't want to be a fucking marshmallow Michelin man looking. You want to actually build some muscle and not put on heaps and heaps of fat, because you're just going to be making it harder for yourself when time comes to cut. Track your calories if you're struggling to grow. People preach intuitive eating, and I think that intuitive eating's great and all, but if you're starting out, you're like 2 years into the gym maybe, chances are you have no idea how many calories you are eating. So just at least in the start, just track your food, track your protein. A gram per pound of body weight protein is pretty much spot on for a natural athlete. Prioritize protein every day. If you have gone to each meal thinking, oh yeah, I got to get a bit of protein in, I'm going to maybe add some meat to this meal, you're going to hit the goal. Like, if you don't think about protein at all, chances are you're not going to hit that protein. So keep it in the back of your mind. Usually every meal you're eating, like, make sure there's a good source of protein, and you should be sweet. Train hard. Food won't build muscle on its own. And what I mean by that is, if your lifts aren't going up and your weight's not going up, chances are you're probably not in enough of a surplus to actually be growing, and you're just at maintenance, which isn't bad. It's just you clicked on this video for a reason. You want to bulk. You want to get that bulking tips. Sleep 7 to 9 hours, because obviously if you're growing, you're going to need the time to repair. Probably 8 to 10 hours is spot on. I know some people can't. Just make sure you at least get 8 hours of sleep, and make sure that 8 hours is uninterrupted. So like, if you get up in the middle of the night, obviously you're gonna get less sleep. Focus on getting stronger over time. So what I mean by that is progressive overload. You want to be adding maybe not much, go, if you're on a machine, go up 1 click every week or every 2 weeks. Going like up 3 or 4 clicks a week, that's probably not going to be great, and you're probably just going to be overworking your joints and ligaments and shit, and you're just going to spin your wheels when it comes to actually doing good form on that weight. So take your time, but also make sure you're going up in weight on the machines. Don't compare your bulk to other people's bulks, because everyone's different. Obviously, I've had quite a different journey. I started into a bulk, I got super fat, and then I maintained for about 2 years, and now I'm bulking seriously, and it's great. But if I took a look at myself and compared it to some of my other friends who were bulking when I started, I would be like, man, what am I doing wrong? But you kind of got to just figure it out for yourself. Stay consistent even when your motivation is low. 1 day a week, like, you don't hit your protein and you don't hit your calories, that's not gonna derail that whole week's doing. But if you are like 3 days into the week and you don't hit your protein, you don't hit your calorie goal by bedtime on that day 3, don't go throwing it out the window, because your weight's gonna go up and down like throughout the week. It's not the end of the world. Just make sure every day you're working towards that calorie goal, and you should be sweet. Just remember why you started bulking. Weigh yourself regularly to track the process. If you got really into it and you were like really focused on gaining weight, I wouldn't probably take Like, I wouldn't probably take my daily weight seriously. I would take it over maybe a week. If you're bulking for like 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, just take it every week or take it every day and average it out through the week. So like you gain maybe a kilo a week, but day to day you might go up 2 kilos or down 2 kilos. But throughout the week you just make sure you're steadily going up, and you should be sweet. Enjoy the process. Bulking should feel like, yeah, I'm bulking. I get to eat what I want. I'm gaining strength, I'm gaining size, I'm working towards my goal. If it becomes a chore and you're just eating whatever's like on the plans, or like a bunch of meal prep that you don't like, chances are you're not gonna stick to that routine, and like you're just gonna end up hating it, and you're gonna be like, oh, fuck the bulk. I'm just gonna stay how I am. It's meant to be fun. You can just have a bit of fun with it, and eat the foods that you like, that are good macros, and you're gonna be pretty dialed in when it comes to weigh-ins. One thing that helped me, I would say the most helpful thing when I've been bulking on the serious bulk, just tracking my calories, because it just becomes easy after like a week. You're like, yeah, you find an app that you like, Macro Tracker and MyFitnessPal, and you stick to it. After a week, it's just gonna feel like normal routine. I've never heard of someone like track their calories like once a week or twice a week. It's just like you get used to it, and that's your day to day. It's not hard. You have time to do it. It takes like maybe 15 seconds to log something. You eat for like 20 minutes. You can afford 15 seconds of your eating time to go on your phone and log it. Also, make sure to get a little kitchen scale, because that just, you can see what portions you're eating. Just showing my little lat here that I'm getting from the bulk. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you want any sups, use NZ sups, code MaxYoshi 10% off, and I'll see you guys in the next video.